I'm Adam Reilly. This is the Scrum, and today I'm joined by a mess of people to talk about the new Mass GOP platform, which takes some interesting stands on the abortion issue and also on the issue of marriage. Let's start with our guests, Dolan and Meredith. What do you guys think of the new GOP platform?
It's very disappointing for me as a Republican. At a time when we could be talking about the state having a higher unemployment rate than the national average and the DCF tragedy, we're talking about gay marriage, and that plays right into the Democrats' hands.
Why is that? I mean,
because we have a very fractured party, the Republicans in Massachusetts, and that side of the party really wants to make their voice heard. I think that they feel disenfranchised. I think they feel like the main people running for office right now don't represent their views. So they're going to work really hard to make sure that their voices get heard.
All right, Mara, what do you think?
Well, I think that the Republicans did what they needed to do. They had platform hearings and they came up with a platform. The result was not something that benefited them, but they need to continue this process. That's the only way that they're going to resolve these issues and become a stronger party.
Peter and David, your thoughts?
David, you go ahead.
Oh, sure. Well, I think that this is not going to hurt Charlie Baker too much. I don't think. You know, people divorce the platform from the the party from the candidate. Especially, Charlie Baker has positioned himself well on those two particular issues that he talked about. People know that he's on the other side of those issues. Where this is most interesting to me is, Meredith talked about the fracturing party. Down at the lower levels, even the state rep and state senate, there's fracturing there over who's going to control those delegations, in the state house, and so that's where this is really going to play out. And of course, how that's playing out affects the upper ballot races as well.
Peter, we're treating this as sort of a big issue. Do you think it is a big issue?
It's a cosmetic issue. It's big only if the party and the candidates let it become big. When I actually read the platform language myself this morning, I was surprised at how mild it is. The position on gay marriage is consistent with the position of national conservative leaders who are pro-gay marriage.
It's not really about gay marriage, right? It's about the value of traditional marriage.
It's about the value, and the real subtext there is there are conservatives who favor gay marriage, who favor same-sex marriage, who worry about religious freedom because they can see the inherent conflicts that may come there. The life issue is the one I really have scratching my head, because this is affirming life. It's not condemning abortion.
Every abortion is a tragedy, right? Isn't that the phrase?
I think many people, especially many women who are pro-choice, might in private agree with that. I'm a little surprised that the language of someone's living room is brought into the public square, if you will. On the whole, I don't think this was a good idea, but as everyone explained, it is something the Republican Party has to work through, and the catharsis is important.
Charlie needs to keep an eye on this, though, because there's something like 12% registered Republicans in Massachusetts right now, and in order to win, he needs all of them going out for him, voting for him, and so if that part's fractured, I think he has some serious problems.
Do you think there is going to be a fracture like that when it comes to the general?
I think eventually the right will come around to voting for to voting against the Democratic candidate, but it might hurt down ballot. But then also remember, there are a lot of Catholic independents and moderate Democrats who these issues are important to, so it could reach out to them in a certain way. Although since the lead guy for the Republicans is not on board, it doesn't really help that much.
Last question is there. Oh, actually, Mara, you were going to say.
There are a number of Democratic candidates who are saying, I'm the one who's in the best position to beat Charlie Baker. I think whoever the Democratic nominee is going to be the next governor of Massachusetts.
Well,
really number, right. So.
I mean, of course you do.
No, but it's true. I mean, if it's 11, you said 11 and then you switch it to 12, whatever the percentage of it is, even if all of those people are on the ground knocking on doors, it's not going to be enough.
Last question really quickly. Any chance that the way the Democrats handle this platform change backfires, maybe alienate swing voters?
Yeah, well, there's no question that right now the Democrats are, I've already seen a couple of statewide candidates fundraising off of this, and they're all positioning themselves as far to the left as possible on anything they can because of the primary process,
right.
And that does come back to hurt in the long run. Like I said, potentially with some of those more moderate Catholic voters, but it adds up on a lot of different issues.
Democrats right now are playing to the cities, the urban constituencies. Elections, ever since Mike Dukakis, have won in the suburbs, and it's bridging that gap that's going to be important.
All right, thank you all for being here. We will keep an eye on this. Thank you for watching The Scrum. I'm Adam Reilly. We'll see you again soon.